Okay, now we're really working up the ingredients here. We've got the onions, the leeks, and I've added the deli sausage in here. Well, there's different types of deli sausages, as I said in the video. You've got the dry one, the hot calabrese, and so on. Now, you notice I never mentioned anything about putting garlic in with the onions. You'd never put the garlic in with the onions. The garlic goes in here, and as I showed you in the last image there, it goes in with the tomato sauce. The tomato sauce is now stirring and stewing. We'll let that work. Now we're ready to add the tomato paste. The tomato paste is very, very important. The reason why it's important because you don't want to put the tomato paste in with the sauce. You want to make sure that you actually cook the tomato paste. And you cook the tomato paste so that you caramelize it. Yes, you caramelize it. What does that mean? You're going to make it so that it all works in together with the rest of the ingredients, and it's going to become sweeter at the same time. And that's what's going to cut the acid in any of the tomatoes that you're using as well. So don't be afraid to use lots of this at the same time. Okay, looks like the tomato paste is doing its job here, and we want to make sure that it's all worked in together here. We've got the tomato sauce in here starting to boil, so we'll turn that down a little. Okay, now we're working the base stock here, which is the tomato paste, the zucchini, the onions, and also the leeks. And remember, there's no garlic in here. The garlic goes in there. Now, we're ready for the spices. I use two types of spices. I use basil on its own, which are the dried. You can use fresh basil if you can get it locally as well. This is spicy seasoning, Italian seasoning, dry seasoning, and I use it according just like this. And my basil as well, just like that. And a little bit inside in the base stock. Now, what we're going to do is put all of the base stock we have here with the tomato paste that's been all caramelized, put that in with the tomatoes and work that in together. Now, just before we do that, we want to add the parsley into here. Parsley is very, very important for spaghetti sauce. The more you use, the better it tastes, and also if you really want a good color stock, nice deep red, ruby red spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce, use lots of parsley. And here we go. Now when I said a lot, I mean a lot. Work that in. Let that simmer through. And now we can add the base stock into the sauce. We want to make sure that this is the best pasta sauce you've ever had. Guaranteed you'll love it. Okay, now comes the best part. This is where the big secret comes in, the secret to Mario sauce. Okay, remember I talked to you about the red peppers, the green peppers, the orange peppers, and so on. These are the red peppers all sauteed up. Now I do these separate because I really want to lock in the flavor here for what I'm going to do and show you. This is the sun-dried tomato pesto. Remember we told you don't use the green pesto, use the red pesto. Pesto's been around for thousands of years. Actually, Christopher Columbus used to have that on the ship, on the Nino, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. They used the pesto sauce, which was a pretty good staple for them, I guess, to make it last while they were working their way across to discover America. Anyway, okay, now we've got this worked in here. Now the reason I do this separately, again, is to lock the flavors in, but sometimes what I'll do is get a little bit of homemade spice that I put together here. These are hot peppers. Man, these are really hot. These are 100-mile-an-hour hot. Don't put too many of those in there, but that just kind of gives a little bit of a kick. These are the fingered peppers, the real hot ones that are dried out and then they're cooked in oil and then preserved and used as an additive. Now, here's the big secret. This is the cardamom. Cardamom is a great spice, very, very floral scent to it, but it just picks up the flavor in this. You don't need a lot of this, just probably 1/8 of a teaspoon, and that's it right there. And then we're ready to take this, finish sauteing the red peppers, and we're going to add it into the stock. And then we're ready to go. Okay, final secret. This is something I saw my mother doing many, many years ago. She would add just a teaspoon of wine. Don't add too much. Just let that simmer all the way through and you're all set. Bon appetito. And now it's the best time for Mario to enjoy. To sit back and relax on my favorite vino and enjoy. Bon appetito.